Hey there, it's Trisha with Easy E-mini Trade, and I'm going to show you today and how multiple time frame analysis can make a huge difference in your trading. I'll be doing a webinar on Thursday at 4:30 on multiple time frame analysis, as well as go over the Slinky setup. So if you want more information on that, you can just go to my site and then click on the tab for April 20th webinar, and the information is all there on that page. So what you're looking at is the NQ, and this is a daily chart, and I have a lot of support and resistance lines drawn on this just to kind of give you an idea of what I'm looking at. I'm looking at common areas. It doesn't matter if it's the high or the low of a bar or the open or close. I'm just trying to find common areas. So if you look here today, and if you look to the left, you can see I've got this area marked at 2750. Because you can see here on the 11th, it tried to get through and it failed. Here, you can see that it tried to get through and it failed. And so this is a pretty common area. Here was the open on this bar. Here was the low on this bar. If I go back here, I can see the high here, general area here of the high. So you can see that's a pretty, like I said, common area amongst these bars. But you really don't know what happened up here on this tail or this tail or this tail in that area. So what you want to do is you drill down to a little bit smaller chart, because let's face it, on the daily chart, the only information we really have, obviously, is the high, the low, the open, and the close. So on, for example, this bar here from day before yesterday, there's a whole lot that went on between the low and the high. So that's why you have to drill down to a smaller chart and fine-tune it a little bit. So as I said, I've got this area marked here at 2750. Then I've got this area marked here at 15 1/4. Then here I have, let's just say 6 and change, and then 5400. And I'm using those lines based on what happened over here. So I really don't know if I can fine-tune that a little bit until I look at it on a 15-minute chart, or 60 or 30, whatever you like. So here's a 15-minute chart, and I'm going to show you how I came up with those lines. So on the daily, I said 2750, but on my 15-minute chart, I actually have 30 marked. And I'm going to scroll back, and I'm going to show you why I used 30. So I'm just going to change the color of this so when I scroll back I can see it a little better. So we're looking at 5430. Okay, so here it is right here. So on the daily it looked like 2750, but looking at this on the 15-minute chart, last time that we were in that area, I decided obviously that I liked 30 better, because this was the area that looked like it was being tagged a little bit more as opposed to 2750. And you could use 2750. If I use 2750, that is right here. And so you could see, you could still use 2750, because if you scroll back a little bit further, you can see that price is trading all around it. The thing that you need to remember about support and resistance lines is that they are just areas. It's not exact. So you're not expecting, okay, this is going to hit 30 to the tick and pull back. You're just looking for general areas. So using that today, you can see that up here we came up to 2750, believe it or not, right there. I'm just going to put a line there. It's actually a little bit higher, but the area that it pulled back to was right around that 27 area. I'm just going to put a line so you can see right there. So you can see it tried to get through and it failed, tried to get through and it failed. So that's at 27, and then up here is at 30. So if I drill down to my entry chart, I can look at that a little bit clearer. Also on the daily, you'll remember that I have 15 1/4 marked here. I'm going to just change the color so you can see which line I'm talking about here. Right there, 15 1/4. By drilling down on the 15, you'll see that I actually chose 16 1/4. And if I go back to where I got that from originally, it's right here. So you can see price trading all around that 16.25 area. I could have used 15 and change, or I could use 18 and change, but I'm picking the area that I felt was a little bit more accurate than 15.25. And if I scroll back a little bit further, you can see here, tried to get through that area and failed, tried to get through and failed. Here, tried to get through and failed. So to me, I like the 16.25, a little bit better than 15. Does that mean that you couldn't use the 15 and change? No. But by drilling down just a little bit more than what you see on the daily, you can fine tune it and be a little bit more precise. If you look at my entry chart here, I have my support resistance areas on here based on my 15-minute chart. So whatever I do on my 15-minute chart is going to show up on my entry chart. So here you can see those areas that we were talking about on the daily here. So I'm just going to scroll back so you can see when we first started the day. Here we are. So here's the open here at 9:30. And if you scroll back on a 15-minute chart, you'll see that 21 was a really difficult area to get through for quite a while. So that's why I've got it in purple, so I don't lose sight of the fact that, hey, I want to be careful in that area. So in looking at this, you could see price attempts it and fails, attempts it and fails, and then finally does manage to get through it. Here you could see it comes up right up to that 27.50 vicinity. Again, not exact, but just an area. And then on the retracement, it comes back to the area of support here at 21. As the morning progressed, I'm just going to scroll a little bit forward, you can see that we were stuck in this 21 area just about all morning. And we did, attempt that area a few times and we just couldn't get through. I say price couldn't get through. We had this set up here, we took it, and it took forever to work out. But in taking this, what I would look at is I would look to the left, I'd see what was last holding. I'd get this area here at 25.50 as my last swing high right here. So in taking this as a buy, what would go through my head is, okay, I might get stuck right there at that last swing high. And if I can get through that, then I'm likely going to tag that 27.50 area and then back up to the 30. But if I didn't look at my higher time frames or the daily chart, I would have no idea that I need to be aware that I might have some trouble up in that spot. So that's just one instance of how using multiple time frame analysis can help you in your trading. I will go over it more in depth on Thursday, and of course we'll be able to answer questions and so forth. So if you have any questions on this, feel free and shoot me an email. Otherwise, have a fantastic day, and I hope you find it helpful.